What's up?
Jeff, how you doing?
I can talk for 13 minutes today.
Well, if nobody else shows up,
Maybe.
maybe.
I'm doing great. I always am. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm dealing with ride canceled. He goes,
Man up
you
or shut
call
up.
me, Sergio. You know who I am. I don't think I know who you are, but you're hiding behind your YouTube, whatever, avatar. I don't know too many people, man, but I definitely don't know who you are.
Well,
But
I
come on
keep
down,
mine
grab the link. It's right here. Then we can meet online in front of 500 people. Come on down.
It's
Anyway.
not difficult.
It's not. I know. You must be technically challenged. What's happening, Jeff? How's it going?
It's going great. How are you? I've been sending you quite a bit of email lately. You're free
I got
to
one
use whatever
today.
you want.
Yeah,
But
today's was a good one. Today's was a good one. Actually, we may do it behind the wheel and then second behind the wheel with you with that one. You know what I'm saying?
well, look, I tried it. I mean, I did something that I didn't like for 11 months, and but I do want to share that hack for, I stopped giving out a lot of secrets because you know who's watching. But I lost Premiere on Uber this week.
Yeah, the car age, right?
Yeah, it's 5 years old, but I could still
That's
use it on
crazy,
Lyft
man.
for another 2 years. But you were in my car; it's immaculate. But
I know. Yeah, no,
it
it's
doesn't
crazy.
pay to challenge these guys. But my biggest hack was leaving on Premiere hourly all the time
Okay.
and picking up sticky surges. And then I would turn on Uber Eats and take a 2-mile delivery and make $19 for delivering
Well,
food.
in your state, you're lucky enough to be able to have surge on your Eats trips. We don't have that in California, so we don't get surge on delivery in California.
Yeah, but I learned a lot in the 11 months, and I blew a lot of money by doing it because I didn't realize that if you're not Uber Pro, you don't get reservations sent to you. And
Okay.
the minute I switched my strategy when they told me my car would no longer be usable as of January 15th, it took me about 4 or 5 weeks to get up to 85%, and that in Florida, that's what your acceptance rate is. Minimum has to be in Pro.
Okay.
The minute I hit 85, my phone doesn't stop pinging for reservations. So I
Really?
think
Okay.
all those Premier reservations that I lost since February of last year, but I don't dwell on that because Lyft is my primary app to build my private client base. And I have sent you conversations, screenshots. They're more than anecdotal at this point.
Yeah.
It's really a proven strategy that anybody can do. But if people continue to get mired in Uber and Lyft suck, which we all know, who's not going to stipulate to that? Anybody here, anybody who watches this video? So we can either say they suck from now until we're blue in the face, or we
Until
can use them,
deactivated.
or we can use them as free marketing tools. I mean, think about it. They pay me to drive their customers around, and I steal them. I mean, it's, and again, look, Florida is different. You do not need commercial insurance here. You need a TNC endorsement, which only costs me $400 every 6 months. And I raise my limits to $1 million. So I have the same coverage that Uber and Lyft provide. And it's that simple. And maybe it costs me $2,000 every 6 months for that insurance. And at 50 rides a week, it's less than $1 a ride. So Uber and Lyft can tell me all they want how much they're paying for insurance. But
Holy
again,
crap.
it's a state
Jeff
you live
and
in.
Mike go at it all the time, and Mike finally found common ground and said, "Have to agree with him."
By the way, I have met both gentlemen in Tampa when I was in Tampa. So Jeff was gracious enough to drive all the way from Fort Lauderdale, and Mike Smith was in Tampa. So he came to the InDrive event. So I've met both. You guys finally agreed. We made it happen. We are like Gaza and Israel. We're peacemakers.
The difference is I have nothing against Mike. Mike, look, if you can't exchange ideas, which again is not the way this country is now, unfortunately. We're not polarized here. The problem for me is in my life, and I will be 60 in 2 months. In my life, I have never not broken through barriers or anything that stood in my way to be successful. I don't wait for state government to intervene. By the way, how's the state government and the city government handling those wildfires near you? Are they still
Mhm.
cutting budgets for the? I mean, are you guys gonna keep waiting for Big Brother and Big Sister to come in and save the day? Yes,
No,
it's great what they did in Washington,
we're
but
gonna
you had a
turn
guy on
California
today
red.
telling people don't move to Washington to drive.
Yeah.
So what good is what you did?
No, but
Now
I
you're
mean, look,
telling drivers not to go there.
no, I get that, but
You know,
we turn California red maybe next time. Then we'll see how it goes.
yeah, and look, I would love if you shared that story about the Orange Bowl that I sent you. You
Yeah,
can use the screenshots if you blur out the name. I mean, that's just the way. Look, at this point, I could be driving a beat up Camry. My private clients want me. They don't
yeah,
give a shit what car I'm in. It's the
yeah,
service I provide, the reliability, the clean car, the fair pricing. Not, oh my God, I'm driving a luxury car now. I could gouge them just like Uber. That would
yeah,
make me just like Uber and Lyft. I'm not
yeah.
Uber and Lyft. I'm better than
Yeah,
Uber
but
and
you
Lyft.
you're pricing things correctly, and you're working on your. I know you personally, so
Yeah.
this man does not play the victim. He takes care of the problem that he sees, as opposed to waiting for someone else to come and save his butt.
But can I
But,
also say one thing that you always talk about on this show and your guests do too? You always talk about your plan B. Don't lose focus on your plan A. If
yeah,
you're a rideshare driver, that's your priority.
yeah,
Yes, spend time on your plan B. But, you know, if you're going to cherry pick and be proud of a 3% acceptance rate, that means 97% of the time you're doing nothing. Well,
yeah,
your time has a value as well. So
yeah.
you might make $80 an hour on that one ride you accept out of 100, but how much time are you sitting declining rides? It just doesn't make sense to me. It never will. It might work for
Well,
some people. I know where I live and it's busy all the time. Mike probably doesn't have the same busyness in Tampa that we do here. You know, I have the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, two hotels, 3 miles to my west of where I live, and 4 miles to my east is Fort
well,
Lauderdale Airport. I
uh,
could set my Lyft app on Lyft Black in a 5 mile radius, and it encapsulates both of those areas. And I can take calls from my backyard when I want to work, and I'll never be more than 5 miles from my house.
there you
Now,
go. I mean, look,
I've been here 32 years. That predates the hotels and Ubers, so I'm not going to say I planned it this way. I got lucky.
yeah.
But we all have luck. Some people have good luck.
Well, a
Some
lot of
people have
people,
bad luck,
what
right?
it is, Jeff? A lot of people focus on the wrong things, right? So I believe we all have like a radar detector on top of our head, and then a lot of waves hit that. Some people are able to pick it up and decipher it and make something out of it, and some people just can't. And that's what it is. And you have been able to do so over the last couple of years with your private trips and creating a private clientele, because your car is definitely a private clientele type of car. And unfortunately, Uber took you off, but then I'm pretty sure over the last year and a half or so, you built enough of a client base to, you know,
Look,
um,
as soon as they sent me that letter, my focus for the last 3 months has been doubling my private client base.
yeah,
And again, so they can do whatever they want. Lyft can tell me tomorrow that my car doesn't qualify. I
yeah,
don't care.
yeah,
I don't. And I sent you the screenshot of that reservation on New Year's
yeah,
Eve, right? The
yeah,
best Lyft ride I ever saw in my 9 years,
yeah,
and over 30,000 rides.
yeah.
Hey everyone, Sergio here with the Rideshare Guy. What do we say on Show Me the Money Club? Work smarter, not harder. If you aren't using the Solo app, which I have been for the past year and a half, you may be working a lot harder than you need to. Let's change that. Download the app, link your account where you can manage your income, track your expenses, as well as your taxes. Not only that, but you can plan by optimizing your time, make more money, and even guarantee your daily pay with guaranteed earnings. Download the Solo app today. Begin to work smarter, not harder. Link is in the description. Let's get back to it.
But
Right.
look, I feel bad for a lot of people. You got to get out of this. Look, Uber and Lyft are never going to solve your problems. And by the way, newsflash, neither is the government. You're going to solve your own problems. The reflection in the mirror, that's responsible for the great things you do in your life and the horrible decisions you make in your life.
Yeah, that's true. That's
So,
true.
I mean, I have nothing against Mike. I love going back and forth with him. I learned from him. I learned from everybody.
Yeah.
As I'm on here, I just got an Uber Lyft, a ride request, 2 miles for $11, a reservation. 2 miles, $11.
Yeah, in what order,
Unfortunately, I
right?
can't take it because I'm on the phone. But
Yeah, well,
again,
okay.
I'm just saying, don't give up. Whatever you do, be the best at it. Don't use Uber and Lyft for what they are. They're disgusting companies who prey on the weak and take advantage of their drivers and their passengers. But I will say one thing. I will never use the word overcharge because they show the customer the price up front. Don't take the ride. It's not like they tell you the ride's going to be $20 and then they charge you $45. Same thing for a driver.
I
Yes,
agree
we're
with you.
not 100% independent, but for me, it's the right thing to do at the right time in my life, at the right place. And
Yeah, no, whatever you're doing works for you, and I congratulate you. So keep it up. Be safe out there. Oh, look, what is this guy? He goes, this guy's telling you life advice on their fourth divorce. What do you say to ride challenged? I think he's mentally challenged. What do you think?
well, I've been married 32 years, and I
So
haven't
you're
been
doing something
divorced
right.
4 times.
He's not gonna come on, right? He's just fucking.
Look, that's fine. I don't begrudge people. I would assume the majority of Uber and Lyft drivers are desperate. And when you're desperate, you have to make some decisions in life
Yeah,
that are not the right thing to do. But what are you going to do, right?
yeah,
If you have 10 days left before your mortgage is due and you're short $500, you're
yeah,
not worried about profits.
yeah.
You're worried about the revenue you're going to bring in to pay your mortgage.
I
And you'll
agree.
worry about the fact that you lost money on that later. You'll call it interest on the loan, right?
No,
But
I agree
again,
with you.
it's nothing to be ashamed of. Look, you know me. I was an executive for 2 restaurant companies.
Yeah, I
Okay.
know, but
I still
yeah,
take shit from my father. You gave up a 6-figure job to drive Uber, but he's 86 years old. He's not going to change. I'm like, Dad, you don't get it. I
yeah.
want to be with my kids. I want to be with my grandson. I want to be with my wife. I don't want to travel out of Florida 20 days a month. I
No,
don't
you're
need
right.
to anymore.
You're
So,
right. Well,
some
listen,
people are just set in their ways, but
we made it to 4:30 without ride challenge canceled, whatever, mentally challenged canceled, showed up.
well,
He's not showing up, so what can we do? I mean, we invited him and gave him a
maybe
chance,
he's
but
an AI bot or whatever you call it. So maybe
nah,
he's not a person.
he's
Just
a
a troll.
typical troll.
I wouldn't even
He's
give him the time of day because those type of people
Well,
are
I
just
want
pointless.
him to explain us his grievances. I mean, because we care about every driver, not just good ones like Jeff. But
They're just
anyway,
mad at themselves and they need to deal with their own trauma and all that. So good luck with that ride canceled. All right.
all right,
Chris,
okay,
good luck this week with your Buffalo Bills.
Bills
And,
Yep,
go.
we're hoping. I
my
think the
team
whole
is never
country
in
is
the
kind of.
playoffs.
I hope the whole country is kind of pulling behind the Bills right now because nobody likes KC except for people in
I am.
Kansas City.
I am. I'm for sure. Anyway, Jeff, good to see you. Stay healthy. Be safe out there.
I'll see
We'll keep
you
in touch.
guys
I
soon.
will respond to your today's email with some ideas, but I think that will make a good episode. But anyways,
Yeah, and I'm going to keep sending you stuff that I think is positive for the drivers because, again, you can make the best of a bad situation. And you
absolutely,
always can in life.
absolutely. Glass half full, baby.
The
Glass half full.
pendulum will swing back in the driver's favor at some point. It's
Yeah.
been in Uber and Lyft's favor since we came out of COVID, and they're taking advantage of the economic situation in this country. But the pendulum always swings both ways.
Yep.
So,
I 100% agree. It never goes this way. And it doesn't touch the ground. So thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. Love you. Be well. Stay safe.
Bills 31, KC 14. Write it down.
I like it. I like it.
All right. I'll
All
I'll
right.
watch.
Take the
Have a
point
good
and the bill. Take the
See-
point and the bills. There you go.
All right, thanks for watching. That short little clip was from our live stream, Show Me the Money Club with Sergio and myself, Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications so you'll be notified when we go live, as well as all of our awesome content. Make sure to check out this video right here, which will take you to the entire live stream, or check out this video right there. All right, drive smart, everyone.